Today we are here in Culion, and today we are visiting one of the most historic islands in the Calamian group of islands. This is Culion, formerly known as the Island of No Return or the Island of Living Dead. It is now being referred as Paradise Licking. So tuklasin natin kung anong matatagpuan sa paraiso ng Culion, mula sa La Immaculada Conception Church, sa Old Spanish Port, siyempre yung the old leper colony, yung hospital at saka yung museum, at hopefully makita natin yung eagles, the eagle monument doon sa Metaasa Mondo. So tara, samahan nyo ako at papakita ko sa inyo kung paano pumunta from Coron to Culion, explore Culion, and pabalik ng Culion to Coron. Tara na! Hello, good morning. Aga natin dito nagising sa Coron. Tayo papunta sa pier to get on a boat, a ferry going to Culion Island. Explore natin ng very historic Culion Island. So nakikita natin ng McDo. Siguro breakfast muna tayo sa McDo. It's a 24-hour McDonald's dito sa Coron kung naandito kayo. So breakfast sa Coron. Marami ng taong gising Ito yung mga early morning flights going to the airport. Yung tricycle. Baka Jollibee. Munti lang tayo nakatapuntang bahay. Naaga pa naman. So tuloy lang ang lakad. Hanap tayo ng makakainan. Bukas ang docks. Morning breakfast. Bago tayo pumunta sa Culion Island. Dito sa stopping ng Andox. Buti na lang may Andox dito sa Coron. So nakapag-breakfast na tayo sa may Andox. Ngayon siguro maghintay lang tayo tricycle to go to pier. Hindi natin alam kung magkano babayaran sa tricycle. Okay, hintay tayo dito. Kasi maaga pa kasi. So wala pa siya. So nandito tayo sa may boulevard at originally we're planning to take the ferry from Coron to Culion, kaso yung Montenegro daw is under maintenance. So buti may mga nakasabay tayo, sinabihan tayo na pwede palang sumakay dito sa may boulevard. So nandito na tayo, yung sinakay natin tricycle, hinatin na rin tayo dito at kasabay natin yung mga nandoon din sa pier na hindi makasakay. So hopefully dumating yung boat at tayo bibiyahe papuntang Culion. So, naging start na ang sunrise dito sa Culion Boulevard. So hopefully dito ro dadaang ang boat. Nagtatawag naman daw yan. Ang ganda ng umaga dito sa may Boulevard. Ay mga bangka sinasakay papunta sa Island Hopping. Hintayin natin ngayon yung bangka papunta ang Culion Island. Ayan, nag-umpisa ng sumikat ang araw. So dito lang daw dumadaang ang boat sa may I Love Culion Boulevard ang tawag nila, ang mga locals dito. So hintayin lang natin yung bangka. Dito daw dumadaong sa may pier. Dito may boulevard. Dito daw. Hopefully, nagtatawag naman daw yung pag dumating. Meron daw isang boat dito na papuntang Kulyon. Tingnan natin ko yun. Hindi natin alam kung makakabalik tayo. Basta gusto natin nakapunta ng Kulyon Island. So, hopefully yung boat ngayon. Sundan natin si Manny. Siguro, yun ang papunta. Saan kaya dyan ang boat papuntang Kulyon? May kasing na-displace na dapat sumakay sa Montenegro. Yung Mount Tapias. Ito yung sunrise. Kaya dito yung BBI. So marami yung papuntang Kulyon. So di natin alam kung ano oras dadating ang boat at kung alin ang alis dito. Yung mga tao. Ulit yung boat. Daming pasahero kasi na-displace ng pag-cancel ng biyahe ng Montenegro. So dito tayo sakay. Malaki naman yata yung boat. Madali ka. Dito tayo. Sakay tayo dito. Marami naman daw bangka. Kasakay na tayo finally. kami. Kahit pala sa huli na. So nakarating na tayo sa Kulyon. Doon tayo sa makita boat ng ano. So 300 din yung senior. So ngayon, let's start exploring Kulyon Island. Lakad-lakad na. Siguro hanap tayo ng makakainan. Baka sa palengke. Meron. Palengke pala to. May makain ha. May dinuguan. Tayo ng dinuguan. At kape na bendo, 5 pesos.
Ay, sili ko yan. Malaki na ano.
Dito na tayo. Galing tayo dito sa palengke. And then nandito na pala yung pinakamunisipyo ng Corgon. Pamahal ang bayan ng Corgon. So happy to be here in Corgon. So may mga Buena Vista Lodge. Pwede na rin lugar para mag-stay. Pwede din mag-rent ng mga motorcycle, sabi ni Kuya. Ito yung Barangay Jubilis, ito yung lower gate kung saan nahati yung may mga leopard sa loob niya. This is the lower gate. Ito yung pinaka-boundary ng may mga leopards. Pala mga old houses dito. Yan, bakit na tayo sa church? Yan yung packet na doon sa pinaka-sentro. Tuloy-tuloy ang ating pag-explore ng Kulyon Island. Ito na yung pinaka-sentro ng Kulyon. Immaculada Conception Church. simbahan na to is old Spanish fortress noong 1740. Kaya pala ganon yung maganda yung harapan. Church. Ito yung Old Port of Culion. From here makikita natin yung karamihan ng mga isla sa Calamian Group of Islands. From this port, matatanaw mo talaga mga iba't ibang isla dito sa Calamian. So, 1762. Gana. Ito yung 300 years. Ito yung mga gumawa dito. So folks, ina-enjoy natin ang ganda ng Colyon from this very elevated spot kung nasaan ang old port ng Colyon. So the port was actually built in 1740. Ito yung harapan ng port. Ayan, nakikita niyo yung arko na yun. And then this was established by Agustina Recolex. And then dumating ang mga Jesuits, kinonvert nila itong port into Immaculada Conception Church. So nagkaroon na ng ano sa taas. Ginawa na siyang simbahan. So, ang ganda. Ang ganda dito sa Colyon. Actually, ang ganda itong pwesto natin dahil makikita mo yung 360-degree view ng town plus yung Agila signage doon sa taas na ginawa ng mga lepers to pay tribute sa mga doktor at saka mga pare na gumamit sa kanila. Okay. Kung may time kayo, puntahan nyo itong Colyon. Napakaganda dito.
Pagkatapos hindi ginawa ko.
Colyon Sanitarium and General Hospital. So dahil walang McDonald's dito, they come to Colyon to sell McDonald's from Coron. So entrance is 100, may senior discount 80 pesos. And required na mag-face mask dahil hospital to. Colyon, leper colony. Inside the sanitarium compound. Colyon. Istorya ng Colyon. May sarili palang pera. Yun na good.
So I'm John Biscoa as the curator here in the Colyon Museum and Archives. Naging quarantine area or isolation ng lahat ng lepers sa buong Pilipinas noong 1900s. That's why we have an eagle. So the eagle represents Americans, you know. We were conquered by the Americans that time. So this is one of their biggest project, you can say. No? Kasi imagine mo lang, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, nagka-leprosy ka, dito po yung quarantine. It was established somewhere in 1992. Then 1902. Sorry, 1902. Then 1906, first arrival ng mga patients.
1906, okay.
370 of them. They came from Cebu, Rosario. And then that's the first batch only, 370. And then in succeeding years, our highest arrival was 1935. We reached almost 7,000 patients. That's the highest one. And then we dropped yung malaking drop natin in World War II. So in 8 years of wars, from 6,000 or 7,000, we remain 2,000 na lang. So that's the highest mortality that time. We were not being bombed, but the food supplies were being taken by the Japanese. Yung kinukuha nila yung food supplies natin. So they almost starved to them. May makita nyo to them. Pero yung mga malalakas, they can go to the mountain to survive or at other places. And then so ang significant ng Agila, first week, kasi ako taga-Colyon ako, no? Matagal ko na yung tinatanong, bakit may Agila? So number one, it symbolizes Americans. Number two, that was the logo of DOH before. Ito mapansin yung merong letra yan sa baba, THS, Philippine Health Service. And then yung gitna niya, yan yung ahas. Diba? Medical
Medicine.
symbol. Yeah. Tanggalin niya lang po yung agila na yun, bilugan mo, that's DOH already. So, ang significant talaga niyan, can you imagine magkano itong budget ng DOH ngayon? 30% na pupunta sa Korea that time, that was 1920s. Kaya dito noon libre lahat. Bahay, tubig, ilaw, pagkain. 8 days time, kasi nga, we were quarantine, and that was conceptualized by the Americans. We were conquered by the Americans under Commonwealth government. The Americans that time were thinking already that we will be one of their state. Di ba? Muntik na tayo mag-start. Nung plan nila, kasabay sa natin yung Guam. So that's the significant, ano? At sa nag-pondo talaga yan ay si Leonard Budge, Governor General Leonard. Kaya meron po siyang statwa dito sa monument here. And then this building is also very significant. This was the laboratory originally in Puto. This was somewhere in 1920s or even earlier, built by the Americans. The Eagle was built somewhere in 1924 to 1926. Next year, sandaan na siya.
Uy, dapat akyatin ko pala.
Dapat.
Kakayanin kaya.
So, basically, during that time, the Americans were already started how to cure. Ang leprosy ay isa sa ancient disease, di ba?
Lepers.
New Testament,
mga lepers.
It's already mentioned, lepers, leprosy. So that's how ancient. 19th century lang nalaman ni Dr. Hansen from Europe ng leprosy pala isang bacteria, Mycobacterium leprae. Then 19th century or 1900s or 20th century, the American concentrated here in Korea on how to cure or to conquer that bacteria. And we were one of the great contributor, we can say, the research of the Americans here. But it became a collective effort, so other international pathology scientists were also helping the Americans. And then the last test, they brought back here, the medicine, makita niyo sa Big Gallery. So in 10 years span from 1980s to 1990s, we zero case Korea. Meaning we cured all the lepers here. But another 10 years, so in 20 years span, WHO only declared at last, after 10,000 years ago, or biblical time, in 20th century, 21st century declared leprosy is now curable. So that's the one of the significant of Korea, not only in the Philippines, even around the world. So this is the beautiful and meaningful story of Korea.
Korean's transformation from isolation to integration is a story of the success of science, people's resilience, and hope. It served as a colony and premier leprosarium of the world, and is testament of what it is struggle to regain the humanity, dignity, and identity of people affected by the disease is as important as the search for the cure. Leprosy, or Hansen's disease, is a chronic infectious disease caused by a slow-growing bacteria called Mycobacterium leprae. Leprosy, though curable, is a stigmatized disease, wrongly perceived to be highly contagious and deadly. It evokes dread, revulsion, and fear until today. The disease more than just attacks the body and leaves it disfigured. Leprosy damages a person on a physical, emotional, and psychological levels. The stigma, based on ignorance, is dehumanizing. The rejection, humiliation, and banishment a person with leprosy experiences questions one's full humanity.
The leprosy we know in the 1920s is not the same leprosy that we know today. And Kulion in the 1920s is not Kulion today. Leprosy is thought to be highly communicable. Leprosy is a mildly communicable disease. They thought leprosy is incurable. Leprosy is a curable disease. And the worst thing happening today, even with the presence of treatment, is that patients are still stigmatized. Not only them, but also the family. Stigma is not placed in our society today because leprosy is already curable and people who have leprosy can live normal lives.
The only means to control and prevent the transmission during the American colonial period was the compulsory segregation of those afflicted with leprosy. The plan was to create a treatment and research center that would hold up as a model to the rest of the world, thus the establishment of the Pulion leper colony, which opened in 1906. It is said to be the largest as well as one of the best institutions of its kind. Under American rule, the Philippines leads the worldwide quest for the cure for leprosy. By the end of 1910, a total of 5,403 patients had been admitted and 2,172 remained after deaths, escapes, and releases. The high mortality rate of the inmates earned Pulion the reputation of the Island of the Living Dead.
I have positive news at that time. Since I was 7 years old. Hindi pa po nag-relax yung ilang siguro hindi pa nag-relax. Kumbaga hindi kasi naglabas talaga na wala pa akong naramdaman happiness. And then when I married and give birth, that started my disability, my deformities.
Leprosy in Pulion is an imported disease. Settlements were established during the Spanish regime. The residents were relocated to other neighboring islands during the establishment of the colony. Following the increasing incidence of leprosy among young children of leprosy parentage, preventing Pulion-born children to develop leprosy became a priority. A policy was made to separate these children from their parents and put them in Balala Nursery, where they will grow under the care of religious sisters and nursemaids acting as surrogate mothers. The parents were allowed to visit their children once a week. At the age of 6 or 7 years old, the children will be transferred to the Welfareville Institution in Manila, where they live until their adolescence, when they are free to return to Pulion. There was a no-touching policy. The only interaction parents can have with their child is seeing them through a glass window. The Balala Nursery became a laboratory for the epidemiological study for the development of leprosy in children. The segregation of Pulion-born children from their parents was not the only segregation in Pulion. Boundaries designated to delineate the settlements of the leprosos, those afflicted, and the sanos, those who were not, like medical, nursing, religious, and colony staff. Despite the protection the segregation and isolation in Pulion already provides to the rest of the Philippines, Pulion coins, currency required to be used within the colony, was a reminder of the ongoing fear of transmission. It is a symbol of how the afflicted are physically cut off from the rest of the world.
So how resilient they are, how they live their lives on living normally in abnormal life. Lot of prohibitions, lot of don'ts. And they are treated like prisoners. They have numbers, they have cards, and they are referred as inmates, and they're being examined most of the time. So if you talk to them, you can see how through the years they adapted. Initially, I have some patients where they said I was receiving letters from my family, almost a month, many letters, until such time he doesn't receive any more letters. Because I forgot it, because they did for a long time. And they didn't anymore write letters again, because it would like me to be forgotten also. Because they have changed. And one would tell me that I am not the same person I left and found. I am now different because I have all these disabilities in my life. If I go back to the town, they will not recognize me, and they will even ostracize me because this is what they look now.
Despite the levels of segregation the affected had to endure, life on the island was still made as normal as possible as they had mobility and were able to lead a free, out-of-door life within the colony. They developed a community with social and economic structures, a local government called the Pulion Advisory Council, and police force run by themselves, naturally establishing a humane society similar to the one they were forced to leave behind. Apart from housing, structures such as a public theater, church, and other common areas were built. Inmates could practice trades and pursue their livelihood, earning enough to send money to their families, and fund structures and projects within the colony, making them self-sufficient members of their own society. Other than taking care of the religious and spiritual needs of the inmates, gender dormitories were run by the nuns and Jesuit priests. Living arrangements were separated based on age, gender, and nationality, and marriage and cohabitation was initially discouraged. With the human need for family and relations, marriage and family units were eventually allowed, and the affected were able to feel that they were closer to feeling normal and complete. The Asia-Pacific War was the most destructive and worst years of Culion, as it took a heavy toll on lives and infrastructure. From 1941 to 1945, a severe shortage of food, medicines, and supplies forced the administration to allow the patients to go out of the hospital to look for their own food for survival. Many patients died in Culion during the war, not by bullets, but by starvation and from the shortage of medicine and supplies. Just before the war in 1935, there were 6,928 patients in the colony. However, after the war in 1945, only 1,791 patients remained in Culion. Culion was later on considered a safe space by the afflicted, as they were able to live without shame and fear of rejection. Many found comfort, safety, and peace living with their same kind. They were able to build a community and through time regain their identity, dignity, and humanity amidst isolation and segregation.
My father has no lupus. Like me, my husband has no lupus. But he loves you also. Even though I have a deformities now, I have like this, he always care for me until.
Culion was a mecca for scientists researching leprosy. It was the ideal place for clinical testing of experimental drugs used in other leprosaria overseas. The success of the drugs introduced in Culion and the latest developments abroad and the local scene allowed health officials and citizens to realize that leprosy is not that contagious or deadly and was curable. Culion has led the treatment of leprosy in the Philippines and the global fight against the dreaded disease. The struggles and sacrifice of the affected throughout its history enabled us to live in a world today where leprosy is curable. It stands as a heritage of humanity and culture, a receptacle of stories of the success of science and the people that overcame the disease. Though their identities were reconstructed by the bacteria that had infected them and the social environment in which they were thrust, living out normal lives in an abnormal environment, in 1995, Republic Act 7193 was promulgated, making Culion Island a regular municipality, a regular local government unit in Palawan, ending its status as a leprosy colony. It is now run by the descendants of the segregated and isolated patients and pioneer health workers, a community built by leprosy. In 2009, Republic Act 9790 was enacted, which expanded and transformed Culion Sanitarium into Culion Sanitarium and General Hospital. It caters not only to leprosy patients in Culion, but serves the general and emergency health needs of the 4 neighboring island municipalities, where the descendants of the segregated and isolated patients are now the doctors, administrators, nurses, and other health staff of the hospital. From the descendants of patients who were recipients of care to now caregivers and leaders of the municipality. Presently, Culion has no active leprosy cases and was able to transform its reputation from the island of the living dead to an island of hope. From leprosy colony to a thriving municipality known today as a quaint and beautiful island that is open to the world. Culion tells the story of a dreaded disease that is curable. Its transformation from isolation to integration stands as a reminder of the power of resilience and hope, most of all, of our humanity.
Before, that's the original one. Ito yung replica niya. So there's the leper side and the non-leper side. So the non-lepers were the doctors, nurses, policemen, and the workers. And this is the segregation law. Yan po yung batas na 1711, 1907. Kung Section 6, kung hindi ka sumama, either imprisonment or 200 pesos fine. Yan sila kitikita.
So, you're required to wash. Hindi lang hands, pati ba kamay?
Ha?
Kamay, paaren?
Pati pa,
Yung
putpat.
pala, so,
Ito, replica na lang ito.
and
Ito,
then,
original pa
pa.
yan. So, giant lang ang PC natin. So, that's the original picture.
Mm.
So, yan, ito yung pangtawag natin. So, sa buong Pilipinas. At ito yung barko na umiikot sa buong Pilipinas para dalhin sila dito.
Polillo.
So, you can see, American flag pa siya.
Mm.
So, that's the original port.
Ang original port is yung sa may palengke or iba?
Yun, PPA. Actually, pinuprotesta sana namin yan.
Historic yun.
Kasi nga, historical site yun. Kasi Butega yun.
Yes,
Education
Lazaro.
Tower, yung Safe Haven, the same time yung main, building ng administration. Yung HU building.
Ito yung boat.
And this is the means of transportation natin. Sunod, pagpunta ng Coron, Buswangka. Ngayon lang.
Ito lang. Di ba malayo?
Yes. Pero malaki po yan. Mali yung proportion nila. Pwedeng gumarga na sa punta.
So, ito yung kunyon. Ang dami pala. Registry of Action. Aperola. Election. This is the original colony hall. Then pray Senegalese. And then they have their own funds. Sariling pera. These bolas. Demolished in the 1960s. Di mo makikita. 89. So, mga banda sila. Football, baseball. And then may mga Boy Scouts. And then education. School. Patients from 1906 hanggang 2006. Ngayon sa 96. The Japanese occupation. Maraming namatay dahil sa gutom. Dahil yung kanilang mga pagkain ay hinaharang. Immaculate Conception Church, the 1960s. Ito yung kapag nangyayari yung mga namatay. Yung mga nagkakatuluyan din dito. So, yung DBR sinesegregate sa kanilang mga parents. Yung mga nurses at mga nurses na nag-aalaga sa kanila. Memory of the world. Ito na yung likod yun. Sa UNESCO. Ito na arrival sa first level column. May 27, 1906. Ito yung ginagawa sa kabila. Paano sila dinadala dito? The medicines na nagpa-cure ng leprosy. Multiple drug therapy. So, gaano katagal ang treatment?
Sorry?
Gaano katagal yung treatment?
6 to 12 months.
6 to 12 months.
Same
thing.
thing.
Ito yung
So these are the equipment.
treatment. Original. Original equipment.
Documented. American time.
Sino nag-research? National Historical Institute. Oh.
Dito po yan naka-antay. Si Dr. Canana.
Patient, may mga documents.
Yes. Yan po yung mga names nila. Nakikita niyo.
Wow. Kung ano. Grabe.
Kaya yung libro kanina doon, that's the original one. UNESCO.
Saka merong
And this is our national.
cultural treasure. Pretty much. What is Dayong Kam? Tuloy po kayo.
That's Korean word.
So we finally got the chance to revisit the Kulyon Museum and Archives, and then we got this thank you card. Salamat at napakaganda ng museum at very complete ang history ng leper colony dito sa Pilipinas from 1906 hanggang sa ma-cure siya noong mga 2006. So mahabang istorya ng mga taong inano ng lipunan at ito ang kanilang naging paraiso. So paraiso is now back and we can start exploring Kulyon again. Ulit tayo, ito pa rin yung hospital ng DOH. Ito yung pinakasentro ng Kulyon. So nandito yung mga tricycle at nandito yung kanilang parang old waiting shed. So, nagpapahinga ulit tayo. Konti dito sa may taas habang pinagmamasdan natin ang ganda ng Kulyon. So, katatapos na natin explore yung museum at archives. So, ngayon pahinga muna tayo. Probably go around, continue yung bisitahin natin ng old places na made their mark dito sa Kulyon during the leper colony days. So, maya pahinga muna tayo. Baka inom muna tayo ng soft drinks. Continue our exploration of Kulyon. Lakad-lakad lang tayo. Mga old pharmacy shops. Very historic. Malumang buildings. Dito yung sa tabi ng monument ng John Wood. Part ng history na to dahil yung mga nasa leper colony sila tumatambay during festivities. Grand stories. Grand stories. Ganda naman ito. history. Then ito yung teatro. Kulang teatro. Kaliw-kalis naman. Presbyterian Church, 1917. Yung nakalagay bundok Agila. So tignan natin kung ay natin yung Agila sa taas. Bayan mismo na. So looks like a friend na taga rito pala. So ngayon nakausap natin na pinapupunta yung friend niya dito para ma-meet tayo. So excited na ako. Marami pala tayong, may kaibigan pala tayong taga Culion and I'm excited to explore Culion together with the locals. Sana.
Dapat try na natin, sir?
Dito tayo.
Hindi, kay sir daw,
Kakain
plain
tayo
lang.
na.
Okay.
Saka pakul, inihaw.
Oo, sarap niyan, pakul.
Yun na pakul. So tingin mo, bigla ang tanghalian dito sa Culion. Mga bago nating kaibigan. So bigla ang biyahe kapag motor. Biyahe kasama si Nonoy, kaibigan si Karen. So biglaan nagkausap kami dahil sa FB ngayon na papunta na kami sa Serenity Beach. Yung mga jeep na papunta sa mga remote barangay. Meron nila.
Dito lang yan naputol.
Ba't naputol?
Ayaw ko ba't naputol ko dito banda eh. Diyan sa oras.
Ito, semento na ulit.
Ito na.
Ay, ganda na pababa. Nakikita ko na yung beach. Serenity Beach.
Ay, lagaan ng tao ngayon eh. Sa pag-weekend to, maraming tao.
Serenity Beach. Serenity Beach ko yun. Demipac.
Kaya nga. Ay, ginagawa yung ano.
Serenity Beach. Napakatahimik dito. Serenity Beach. Medyo kate, low tide. Pero ang ganda siguro dito. Tahimik dito. So siguro tumambay dito. Chill ka lang. Nasa taas pala tayo.
Mga beach na yung mga ano na yan. Pangit yung kalsada rin sa poblasyon, bisa din ano.
Maganda pa doon sa
Hi ma'am.
ay, ang ganda pala dito. Biyahe, Tinegro. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. departure. And then 297 senior, regular per 460. So nakabili tayo ng ticket sa Montenegro alas 4. So ito tayo isang oras. Pasyal-pasyal na. At least may ticket na tayo.
Ayun sir, simula. Kaya mo sakyan mo.
Ah, okay, yun ba yun?
Boss project yan sir.
Hindi natin doon.
Ito tayo. Diretso tayo. Hindi ka pa nakapunta rito?
Hindi, first time ko. Hindi ko na pupuntahan to.
Hindi, kanina ba?
Hindi na.
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa.
Ayan, ikutin natin ito.
Oo, sige. Nice ko na.
Ayan yung ano ng ano, alis
Ano masarap dyan? Lahat masarap?
Lahat.
Lahat masarap? Paano natin makakain lahat? Masarap yung mga local manila. Sabi masarap daw eh. Titikman natin. Napaka-heavy pala niya.
Opo.
Masarap niya. Kain tayo. Ano pa lang bakery?
Panadera po.
Panadera. Pag kayo nasa Kulyon, punta kayo dito sa Panadera bakery. Tara, kain tayo. This is the Jesuit mission.
Ha? Wala, taga...
The Jesuit mission. So sila dumating dito during the 1920s, 1910. Sila yung nagtayo ng simbahan. You from the Jesuit mission. So dyan na tayo sasakay. Nakakuha tayo ng ticket to Coron, Montenegro, Pascual. So, accepted pala ang senior citizen. So, 20 pesos. Okay, thank you. Nandito na tayo sa port ng Kulyon. Papuntang Pascual. Umabot tayo. Kanyang umaga wala eh. Under maintenance. So, meron na ngayon. Waiting for our boat, Pascual, to go back to Coron. We had a great day. Historic Kulyon. So, pabalik na tayo sa Coron ngayon. So, we're able to get a ticket sa Montenegro. Naayos ngayong hapon. So, merong dito balik ang Pascual. Hintay-tay lang tayo. 4 o'clock pa naman. It's 3:32. Okay, boarding to go back to Coron from Kulyon. I enjoyed Kulyon thoroughly. Babalik tayo marami explore waterfalls, beach. Marami pa. 5:04. 1 hour lang. Fast crop. Now back in Coron, sa Port of Coron. So mga 1 hour plus lang yung ferry. Kaya pala mas mabilis yung fast crop. So ngayon, sakay tayo tricycle papuntang bayan. Ferry terminal ng ng Coron. So kung pupunta kayo ng Manila, El Nido, San Jose, Culion, diyan kayo sasakay. Meantime tayo pabalik na ng bayan ng Coron. Palabas ng kalsada. Sakay ng tricycle sa labas ng pier.
Ginawa ko. Ha? 60.1. 60.1. Kaso sa bato kami. Nakakatabi.
Nandito na tayo sa bayan, siyempre Jollibee tayo. So kababalik lang natin dito sa Coron, galing tayo sa Culion Island. So I'm very happy na nagpunta tayo ng Culion dahil matagal na natin gusto siya balikan. Ang last trip natin was 2011 at kaya nakita natin ang dami ng pagbabago sa Culion. So how to get there, makakita tayo ng kumpisa, umalis tayo ng mga 4 AM and then naglakad-lakad tayo, nag-breakfast tayo sa may Endox, and then pagdating natin sa may tapat ng Jollibee, nakakita tayo ng tricycle, sinabi natin, patid tayo sa may pier. So pagdating natin sa pier, sabi ng mga tao, wala palang biyahe ang Montenegro noong umagang yun dahil may maintenance lang ginagawa sa kanilang ferry. So pagkatapos nangyari, sumakay tayo pabalik dito sa may boulevard at doon tayo sumakay ng boat. So ang boat pala from Boulevard is doon lang siya matatakbuhan. Sunod-sunod naman siya from 6 AM hanggang hapon yata may biyahe. Ang trip is took us about 1 hour and a half. Nang binayad natin 300 may senior discount. Siguro ang pamasahe mga 350 or 400. Pagdating natin sa Culion, ang boat pala ay tumitigil sa may palengke. At pagdating niya sa palengke, nag-second breakfast tayo dahil may nakita tayong napakasarap na dingo at saka may meat na kanin at mainit na kape. So nag-breakfast muna tayo. Pagkatapos natin mag-breakfast, naglakad-lakad tayo. Una natin pinuntahan yung munisipyo na sabi sa atin was established mga 1917. So meron pa tayong nakilala na administrative officer na tinulungan tayo mag-figure, and then naglakad-lakad tayo paakyat doon sa may una na natin pinuntahan yung simbahan ng Immaculada Concepcion na isang Jesuit na gawa doon sa dating port ng Culion. Ang port ng Culion was established in 1740. Meron daw press port, pero ito na yung nakikita natin ngayon. So ang simbahan at saka port, isa sa mga magandang heritage structure sa Culion. Pagkatapos natin ikutin ng port, pumunta naman tayo sa museum, sa kanilang Culion Leper Colony Museum at Archives. So saan nakita natin ang ganda at ang history ng Leper Colony. Simula lang ito is established in 1906 hanggang sa ma-cure ang leprosy noong 2006. So nakikita natin ng isa rin kung anong naging buhay ng mga lepers nung dinala sila dito sa Culion Island. And then narinig natin ang istorya ng kanilang mga struggles nung sila'y nanoon. Pagkatapos nun, tinuloy natin paglalakad, inikot natin sila sa mga attraction ng Culion, yung monumento ni Leonard Wood, monumento ni Rizal, mga old structures na nandoon pa hanggang ngayon. Pagkatapos noon, naglakad-lakad tayo paakyat. We were planning to go to Aguila, kaso medyo mainit at meron kumontak sa atin yung kaibigan natin si Karen na may resort doon sa may Lake Caliraya. Siya pala ay taga rito. So pinapunta niya yung kanyang kaibigan at sinundo tayo. Doon tayo sa kanyang bahay at tayo kumain ng napakasarap na lunch ng isda, sinigang at saka yung inihaw na isda. Pagkatapos noon, pinasyal tayo ni Nonong, yung asawa ng kaibigan ni Karen. Inikot natin na ilang, first time natin ikutin ang Culion at ang unang pinuntahan ay Serenity Beach. Unfortunately, nang dumating tayo sa bagat season, medyo madumi pa at medyo low tide. So, but nakikita ko kung gano'ng gantong beach nito during summer at during amihan season. So, kung may time kayo, puntahan nyo to. And then bumalik tayo ng Culion. Fortunately, nadaan na natin ng Montenegro. Meron doon na biyahe ng 4 p.m. So, bumili tayo ng boat. 296 yata yung senior. 400 plus yung regular. And then umikot pa tayo. Pumunta tayo sa Jesuit compound. Kumain tayo ng napakasarap na panaderia. Before finally bidding noon ng goodbye, then tayo sa pier. Pagdating nga sa pier, we have to pay terminal fee na libre pala pag senior. And then by 4 o'clock, umalis na yung Montenegro ferry. It took us maybe 1 hour and 5 minutes at nakarating na tayo dito sa Culion. So, sa Coron pala. Pagdating sa Coron, sumakay tayo ng tok-tok at nagpababa tayo sa Jollibee. At ngayon, kakain na tayo ng Jollibee. At para enjoy natin, reward sa atin for making it sa Culion. Napakagandang, it's actually now hindi na siya island of no return of or island of na mga patay, living dead, but it's now an island, a paradise again. So, punta na kayo sa Culion at bisitahin nyo ang napakagandang isla ng Culion. With that, maraming salamat sa panonood. Travel while you can. Until next vlog, see you soon.